Okay, so I did this video about 2 years ago. It was super popular, but a lot of things have changed since then. And also, I didn't know how to use a camera and my videos really sucked back then. What's happening? It's Shane here. So it's time to do an updated and much better version of that video. So this is going to be the 2022 stockbroker tier list. And I'm gonna rank the best and the worst stock brokerages from S tier, which is the best, to F tier, which is the worst. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna be going over a lot of different brokerages, so I don't have all that much time to explain why I like or don't like each one. If I explained each one, this video would be over an hour. So I'm gonna keep the explanations relatively short, and if you appreciate my research on this and keeping the video short, go ahead, gently tap that like button, and let's get into it. All right, Ally Invest. For some reason, whenever I see this, I think Ally Invest. Pretty good one. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it. I just think there are other stock brokerages that are better. I will say their platform is really easy to use. It's very ergonomic, pretty user-friendly. So for that reason, I'll give this one B tier. Next one on the list is going to be Charles Schwab. Very low fees, huge selection. It's tailored towards long-term investing. Lots of different options for doing research on different companies. They're also doing a great job of combining other financial services. For instance, a lot of people who travel all over the world use the Charles Schwab bank account because anytime they get an ATM fee, they get that reimbursed by Charles Schwab. So people who do a lot of traveling really love their bank account. And that's just one example, but they have a lot of other services that are great as well. Charles Schwab definitely goes into S tier. All right, next one, direct investing. I'm not gonna say too much on this one, but it's gonna go into D tier. Next one is going to be E-Trade. This is another one that's good. It's just that there are better alternatives. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one into B tier. Next one on the list is going to be Fidelity. And by the way, most of these are ones that I broke down more in detail a few years ago. I'm not gonna say like the same things about them because not much has changed. But Fidelity is up there with Charles Schwab and Vanguard. It's one of the best brokerages you can possibly use. I have used Fidelity for many years now. Really enjoy them, super easy to use. The website and the app are extremely ergonomic and user-friendly. Fidelity definitely goes into S tier. Next one on the list is Interactive Brokers. Now, I am not a fan of trading, especially when it comes to stocks, so I definitely don't recommend trading, and I've talked about this in many other videos. It's a zero-sum game. For one person to win, another person has to lose. And if you're a newbie, you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna be the one who loses. But with that being said, if you are into trading, Interactive Brokers is a fantastic platform. So I'll give this one A tier status, although just know that I don't recommend trading. Next one on the list is Maverick Trading. And again, not gonna say too much about this one because I'd rather not get sued.
Good call.
But there are a lot of allegations about them scamming people, and that's all I'm gonna say. This one goes into F tier. Next one is going to be Merrill Edge. Now, this is a very good platform, a lot of great things to say about it. The only thing is there are just others that are slightly better. Now, one thing I will say is if you're with Bank of America, they actually integrate platforms with Merrill Edge. So that can give you some advantages and make things a lot easier and more smooth. But yeah, this one is gonna go into A tier. Next one is one of the newer players in the game, and that is Moomoo. Now, if you were gonna compare Moomoo to one of the other investing apps or brokerages, it would be best compared to Webull or Robinhood. It's basically making it super easy for beginners to start investing. Now, I will say that Moomoo has some more advanced options than Robinhood, definitely, and even a little bit more advanced than Webull in some cases. So for instance, they do offer level 2 market data for free, whereas you have to pay for that on Webull. And they do have access to a lot more stocks outside of the US, specifically East Asia. And they also have a super good sign-up bonus. I thought Webull's sign-up bonus was the best and nobody was ever gonna beat it, but their sign-up bonus is actually a little bit better than Webull's. Now, it depends on the time of the year what they're offering, and I don't want to stay up to date with that, but last month, for instance, they were offering up to $7,000 in free stocks just for signing and funding your account. And if you're going to sign up with them anyways, get that free sign-up bonus, might as well use my link down in the description. And I actually have several pretty good sign-up bonuses down there. And if you're going to start investing anyways and you want to get those sign-up bonuses, plus if you want to support the channel, go ahead and use them down below. But yeah, Moomoo is an up-and-comer. They're doing really good. They're relatively new, so I can't give them S tier status just because they don't have as much of a history as some of these other ones. So for that reason, I'm going to put Moomoo into A tier. Next one on the list is going to be Robinhood. Now, I think everyone knows what Robinhood is and what they're all about. I have really mixed feelings about Robinhood because they were the first ones to do the zero fee stocks. They were the first ones to make it possible for people who don't have all that much money to start investing. And I've said this many times before, this is one of those things where the earlier you start investing, the better. And it used to be that you couldn't start investing unless you had at least $10,000 to open a brokerage account. Then Robinhood came along, they made it easy for you to invest with almost no money, and you didn't have to pay the ridiculous fees that some of the other brokerages were charging. So yes, Robinhood did do some very sketchy stuff last year with the GameStop thing. I made an entire video about it, but because of the fact that they made things so easy, all of the other brokerages had to adjust to what Robinhood was doing. And now many of them offer the same things that Robinhood offers, but they wouldn't have if Robinhood never came along. So I do have mixed feelings on Robinhood. I think they were kind of put as the scapegoat in the entire GameStop situation. Whereas in reality, a bunch of different brokerages did the exact same thing that Robinhood did, but Robinhood took all of the heat. So all things being equal, Robinhood does have a really good sign-up bonus. You know, they have introduced millions and millions of people to start investing that wouldn't have otherwise. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Robinhood into C tier. Next one on the list is going to be Stockpile. So Stockpile is super simple, super user-friendly, definitely made for beginners. And I'm not saying it's a bad option, it's just that there are other options that are better in my opinion, and I'm gonna talk about them later on in the video. So this one goes into C tier. Next one on the list is going to be TD Ameritrade. Now, technically they just got bought out by Charles Schwab. However, it looks like they are keeping the company separate. And again, really good brokerage, just not quite as good as some of the others on the list. So I'm gonna put it into A tier. Next one is Thinkorswim, which is owned by TD Ameritrade, which is owned by Charles Schwab. Now, again, this is another trading platform. I am not a fan of trading, especially when it comes to stocks. So definitely not recommending that you trade. However, I used the Thinkorswim platform quite a bit earlier this year when I was making videos where I was basically testing out different trading strategies and then just recording them for you to see what happens. And Thinkorswim is a great trading platform. So again, if you're gonna trade, this would be one of the best platforms. I don't recommend it though. But with that being said, I'll put this one into A tier. Next one on the list is another trading platform, which is TradeStation. So there's a lot of really advanced traders out there that really like this one. I wouldn't say it's as good for the newbies as the advanced traders. But with that being said, I think the other two choices that I have on the list are a little bit better than this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it into B tier. Next one on the list is Vanguard. Now, if you know anything about the history of Vanguard, they're the ones who basically revolutionized index fund investing. I personally am a huge fan of index fund investing. And this is a company that I really trust because back in the day when everybody else was saying index funds are a scam.
And that feels like a scam.
They're not any good, blah, 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 blah. Vanguard, they were the one company who was just like, nope,
no,
we're gonna stick with it. We know this is the best way to invest. We know that this beats stock picking and it also beats hedge fund managers. So they stuck with it and eventually they got more and more steam and people started to realize that they were right. Index fund investing for the casual investor who doesn't want to do a lot of research or spend a lot of time on it is without a doubt the best way to put your money into stocks. And I'd say out of all the companies on this list, Vanguard might be the most trustworthy. But with that being said, Vanguard is like the boomer of the stockbroker world. Their interface is really basic and just like, it's not super easy to use. It's not very ergonomic or user-friendly. They kind of haven't caught up with the times. They have a super basic trading platform. There's very limited research on there that you can do, but still really love Vanguard, great company. I'm gonna go ahead and put them into S tier. Next one on the list is going to be Webull. Now, Webull is, in my opinion, just a better version of Robinhood. So the great thing about Webull is it's super beginner friendly, easy to use, but at the same time, you do have the ability to upgrade to some more advanced options. So Webull is good all the way from you being a complete beginner to you being a relatively advanced investor. You also have access to a few different cryptocurrencies on there, although you technically don't own them. So yeah, Webull is great. They also have a super good promotional offer that's gotten many people to sign up. And so for that reason, I'm gonna put Webull into S tier. Next one on the list is going to be Zerodha. This is one that people sign up for because they want to cover the Indian market. And I think more and more people are looking at international companies when it comes to investing. United States stocks have been outperforming international stocks for a very long time, but you never know, things could change. But with that being said, this one is gonna go into D tier. If you enjoyed this video, also check this one out right here. Gently tap the like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and comment down below any thoughts, comments, criticisms, etc. that you have on the video, and I will see you next time.